This is FIBA Podcast. Thank you for joining us in our morning daily devotion.
Praise be to our living God, our God who raised Jesus from the dead and made him the second Adam so that we, through belief in his Son, might have everlasting life. For today, I would like to talk about the power of sowing in tears. The power of sowing in tears. The story of Hannah is found in 1 Samuel 1 verses 2 and 2 to 21, in which an infertile woman struggles to find self-worth. Yet through faith in God, she becomes the mother of Samuel, the prophet who would anoint Israel's first king Saul and Israel's greatest king David. So you see, sometimes while we are sowing in tears, it is very important where, how, and why are we sowing. We don't just go ahead and sow because we want to reap. We sow because the land that we are sowing our tears in is fertile. Hannah could have easily had her prayer time at a home, but rather she chose to walk up into the tabernacle of God Almighty and there sow in tears in front of God Almighty, in the presence of God Almighty, because she knew, heart of hearts, that there was absolutely nobody in this world who can help her in that situation but God. Her relatives, friends, families, probably her closest family members and friends themselves might have looked down upon Hannah, because in ancient Jewish customs, if you don't have a child and if you're infertile, you're looked down upon the society. And Hannah was no stranger to humiliation and tears. But unlike most of us who go to our phones and start calling our close friends, relatives, and family members and pour out our hearts with them rather than keeping down the phone and running to the throne, Hannah went straight into the house of God, and God heard her from the temple. She made the choice. She took the effort to go into the presence of God. Maybe, my beloved brother and sister, you are just like Hannah. You're infertile in your spiritual life. You're not able to give fruit. You're not a fruit-bearing Christian in your society, in your church, in your family, in your office spaces. You're not able to bear fruit simply because you haven't sowed in the right place. Sow your tears in the presence of God. Don't waste them on the phone with friends and family members or your loved ones. Rather, if you will choose in your infertility to come into the presence of God and give them and sow them into the fertile soil, God is able to give you the fruit of your spiritual womb. Just as he opened up Hannah's womb, God can open up your spiritual womb, and you, just like Samuel, can give birth to something and someone better, something brighter, something bigger than your wildest dreams. And all that depends on that one question: where are you sowing? Are you sowing in the house of God? Are you sowing in the presence of God? Or are you sowing those tears with just mortal people who will just hear you and probably give you temporal comfort? So today, my beloved brother and sister, listen to the voice of God calling out and saying, Hannah, come to my presence. I have the fruit for you. The fruit that you've been yearning and longing for. Probably you haven't been able to succeed in your business, in your job, or as a wife, as a husband, as a mother, as a father. You've had a rebellious son or a daughter, and you don't know the answers. You don't have the answers. That's because you're looking in all the wrong places that does not have the answer. Come to the person in Jesus Christ who has the answers to all your problems. Come with that spiritual womb, expecting God to do great things, and rest assured, God will never let you go empty-handed. Today, if you will come with that infertile spiritual womb in the presence of God, God will turn that infertile womb into a fertile womb to give you and make you a blessing to many more people. Samuel was perhaps one of the most powerful prophets in the entire history of Israel, and all that happened simply because one woman chose to go into the presence of God and sow her tears there. May God bless you.
Dear listener, we are here to stand with you in your time of need. We want to pray with you and for your prayer request. Do you need someone to talk to? We are here for you. Call us or send a message at +91 636 425 2164. +91 636 425 2164. God bless you.